Folks, right in this very moment, stimulus checks are being sent out, and that's great news for all of you. The second wave of stimulus payments officially began being sent out today. So please be sure to check your bank account and even your mailbox for a third stimulus check, because it might arrive in the mail or by direct deposit. And be sure to stay until the end of this video to find out the latest news about your third stimulus payment if you did not receive one today. I'll be going into deep detail about when you should expect to receive a third stimulus check from the IRS and how you can get one faster and sooner. So this Friday, I'll be announcing 2 winners of a free $100 Amazon gift card. So all that you have to do is subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, and share my videos with your friends and family. Remember folks, this is a free $100 Amazon gift card, so be sure to enter the giveaway. The IRS is making approximately 17 million direct deposits with a payment date of March 24th, and is beginning to mail out 20 million checks and debit cards. The payments already began processing last Friday and may have shown up as pending or provisional deposit. That's according to the IRS. I want you guys to know that the American Rescue Plan provides stimulus payments of up to $1,400 for eligible individuals and $2,100 for couples filing a joint return. What's unclear is the timing of stimulus relief payments. To some people who receive federal benefits, like if you guys are on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security retirement. With previous rounds, these payments are sent automatically, but many people are complaining on social media that they were not included in the initial distribution of payments. The SSA addressed concerns for people that are worried about not receiving their stimulus check. The Social Security Administration tweeted on Monday, "The IRS, not Social Security, sends all economic impact payments. Unfortunately, our telephone representatives and social media team cannot answer your specific situation about payments." The IRS also said in a statement that it is working with the administration and even the VA to obtain more updated information for you to get your third stimulus check faster and sooner. Federal benefit recipients who filed tax return in 2020 or even 2019, or who used the non-filers tool to register last year, are automatically getting their third stimulus check if you are eligible. Recipients are going to receive a $400 payment automatically by direct deposit, direct express debit card, or even a paper check. Now for the latest news on your Social Security benefits and the news surrounding COLA, well, Social Security benefits should rise about 3% next January. Well, according to multiple sources, Social Security benefits are set to rise around 3% next January. A range of prices that has been depressed by the pandemic last year are rebounding. Gas prices have already risen since the beginning of the year. Medical care costs are also making up for lost time as well, as the economy opens up more fully with the retreat of pandemic. More prices are likely to reclaim some lost ground. COLAs are calculated using the Consumer Price Index for wage earners and workers. If prices don't increase and even fall, the COLA is zero. And that happened in 2010 and 2011, as the economy struggled to recover from the Great Recession. That's all the news in this video, everybody. If you guys found this video useful and helpful, feel free to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and leave me a comment down below. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
It took mighty movements and decades of fraught political conflict to achieve even those basic dignities and establish the United States as a full democracy worthy of the title. Progress in the right to vote is a hallmark of this democracy. When the nation was founded, you had to be a white male Protestant property owner in many of the states. So a very small percent, if we kept those rules into effect, let's not change things, we maybe would have 5% or 10% of the American people voting. But no, our move to equality, our move to fairness has been inexorable. But it didn't happen on its own. It took mighty movements and decades of fraught political conflict to achieve those basic dignities and establish the United States, as I said, as a full democracy worthy of the title. But any American who thinks that the fight for a full and fair democracy is over is sadly and sorely mistaken. Today, now, in the 21st century, there is a concerted, nationwide effort to limit the right of American citizens to vote and to truly have a voice in their own government. In the wake of the November elections, one of the safest in recent history, Republican-led state legislatures have seized on the former president's big lie that the election was stolen and introduced more than 250 bills in 43 states.
Wasteful $2 trillion bill, which included bailouts for blue states and multi-employer pension funds and changing the rules with respect to how PPP funds are used and allowing Planned Parenthood and other organizations in violation of long-standing laws in this country. That's all we've seen in terms of legislative activity. And at the same time, the Democrats are now talking about doing away with the only requirement that there be any bipartisan cooperation or any willingness to talk across party lines when it comes to moving legislation, and that's the legislative filibuster. As the leader pointed out, they're talking about, H.R. 1 and potentially using it to do that, which would be terrible legislation. In fact, that's the very reason the legislative filibuster was put in place, so that you couldn't move partisan bills like H.R. 1 that are designed to stack the playing field politically when it comes to elections. But the fact of the matter is, Democrats have consistently argued in the past, the Democratic leader, the Democratic whip, Democrat members, up to, or over 30, I should say, signed a letter just a couple of years ago in support of the legislative filibuster, arguing how important it was to the institution of the Senate and to the need to have minority representation in our legislative process. Now they've completely flipped, done a complete 180.
With the Biden administration. And in fact, I have said both publicly and privately, Mr. Chairman, that the single most important thing that was done to save the world economy, not the American economy alone, the world economy from melting down at the during the shutdown last March, was your decision to implement a foreign currency swap line. When the whole world was not looking for treasuries, they were looking for dollars. There's an effort going on worldwide to blur the line between government and politics on the one hand and central banks and their independence on the other. I see every day central banks getting more and more involved in fiscal policy and lobbying legislators with respect to the adoption of fiscal policy. I've noticed that the Bank of England has announced in its QE program that it is
something that will put independence at risk over the long term, because we have this precious independence because we have a limited mandate and we stick to it. If we're going to be playing on every issue, then the case for our independence weakens. We should have as little, there should be very few examples of independent agencies that aren't part of the administration.
And you're one of them, Mr. Chairman. And I apologize for cutting you off, but I want to stay within my time, and I need to ask Secretary Yellen a question. Secretary Yellen, the Biden administration's plan, and it is your plan, to require the IMF to issue $1 trillion of the